Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the functional overview on empowering employees with Workday Learning session. We'll be starting shortly at the top of the hour. We see that there's a bunch of people filing into the webinar at this time. So please grab your coffee, get comfortable. We'll get started in a few minutes. Again, thank you for joining. We'll get started in another probably about 30 seconds or so. So thank you again for joining us this morning. We're really excited to introduce you to Shelby Bird and have an opportunity to learn more about Workday Learning. Okay, by my watch, we are now at the top of the hour. So we'll go ahead and get started with a little housekeeping items. Again, we welcome you to the functional overview today on empowering employees with Workday Learning. 3 points I just want to make real quick for you guys is we have enabled the live transcript for you. So that's a choice. You can set it up for yourself. The directions are here on the screen. Use your full screen view, click live transcript, and then you have the option to show or hide the captioning. The second point is we are recording this session and it will be available afterwards on our Elevate website. The recording will come in two forms. One will be this full webinar with the demos embedded in it. And second is we will pull out the demonstrations and leave those available. So if all you want to do is look at the demonstrations, those are available on the website. If you'd like to partake of the whole session, including the Q&A, the full 45-minute session will be available on the website as well. And lastly, we have enabled the Q&A feature on the website, or on this webinar rather. So please, we encourage you throughout the session, as you get questions, type them into that Q&A chat. We have a bunch of panelists working behind our scenes to help get those questions answered. And with that, again, welcome. We'll get started. So for today, I just want to introduce real quick your support team for this session. I'm Gabe Bugenhagen. I'm the change management team lead on Elevate. I joined the project back in January of 21, and I've been on the College Park campus for about 15 years now. We also are supported by Lee Ellis. She's our readiness and training lead, and she is actually the voice that you're going to hear on the demonstrations today. Third up, we have Karen, who is our communications lead. So if you subscribe to our Elevator newsletter, she's the content creator for that website and so on. For today, her role is moderator of the Q&A. We'll see Karen pop in at the end as we get to the Q&A session. And last but not least, I'm super excited to introduce you guys to Shelby Bird. She is our Workday Learning lead. She has some great content to share with you guys that I hope you get excited about, as do I. Also, you may have heard Shelby Bird. She has performed several times at various College Park sporting events, and she does the national anthem. We will not put her on the spot and ask her to sing her presentation for you guys today. But I look forward to seeing her perform in the future. So what are functional overviews? Some of you, this is our 6th one that we've done. So if you have attended all 6 or most of them, thank you. We look forward. We're glad that you decided to join us, but perhaps you're new and this is the first one you've ever attended. So I just want to do a quick level set on what you can expect for the next 45 minutes. First off, it's a demonstration series. They're open to all employees at any of our partner entities. So that would be College Park, Eastern Shore, UMCs, or the systems office. And we'll be continuing these sessions through early 2023. We try to keep these to 45 minutes so that you guys have time to maybe grab coffee or a bite to eat before you start your next meeting at the top of the hour. And these sessions are optional. We do these to help raise awareness about Workday can do. And then the last point is that this is a preview. This is not intended to be formal training. It's just to give a sneak peek. Your formal training, where you'll actually get some opportunity to see simulations and learn more about the actual steps involved, will begin in April of 2023. So for today's agenda, we're going to look at Workday Learning. Shelby's going to give us an overview of what it is, what some of the systems integrations are that are going to be happening. She'll also go over some of the key benefits. She has a great slide on some of the primary roles that are involved with Workday Learning. And then we'll have two demos. One is going to take a look at it from an employee's view or a learner's view. And the second will be, if you're a manager or a supervisor of employees, what are some options that you have with Workday Learning? And with that, I'll turn it over to Shelby.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gay and team, all of our panelists in the background. And thank you to everyone who has joined today. My name is Shelby Bird, and I am here to share my excitement and knowledge about this brand new tool called Workday Learning. And this is going to be the new learning hub across our campuses. And it's going to be a powerful tool for employee development and building confidence through improving skills and learning new ones. So as you can see on our slide, our vision is to ignite a culture of learning across all of our organizations. And we will do this by empowering employees to take charge of their own development through our centralized catalog and customized programming. And I can't take credit for that vision alone. It actually comes from College Park's Learning and Talent Development team. So quick shout out to Namrata and team and all of our phenomenal training partners across all of our campuses. Your time, energy, and contributions have brought us to where we are today. So we are very grateful for that. So what is Workday Learning? Well, it's a training management system, and it is integrated seamlessly with the rest of your Workday experience. Employees will use Workday Learning to explore and enroll in courses, and our course owners will leverage Workday Learning to upload and manage their course content and track course completions. And we'll be using learning campaigns to encourage participation through easy enrollment and automated reminders when learning assignments are due. So think sexual misconduct prevention training, security awareness training, things of that nature. Also, Workday Learning will bring all of those disparate registration and tracking systems into one unified platform so that course management becomes fully integrated with our day-to-day operations. And just a reminder that Workday Learning is not a content development tool. It's actually more of a content management tool. So content creation will still need to take place outside of Workday using software programs such as PowerPoint, Camtasia, Captivate, etc. And of course, the most common question we get is, so what systems are going away? Well, Workday Learning actually isn't going to replace any systems, but instead we intend to supercharge the learner experience by integrating with Elm's Canvas or Open Learning, LinkedIn Learning, City Program, which is for research compliance, as well as BioRaft for environmental and facilities safety training. So let's discuss the roles involved in the Workday Learning process. So first and foremost, we have our learners. That's you. So all employees will have access to the Workday catalog of lessons, courses, and programs. And this includes faculty, staff, and student workers. Next, we have our managers who will be able to enroll their direct reports in content, as well as verify completion of required training. We've got our learning instructors who can access their course rosters to manage enrollments, input grades, and track attendance. And then finally, we have our learning coordinators. These are our training partners and our learning champions. So learning coordinators can manage and upload their content, run robust learning reports, and schedule offerings for blended courses. And so now I get to share with you all the best parts about Workday Learning. So Workday Learning is going to be our one-stop shop for internal training. And all partner institutions will share one catalog. So as a reminder, this includes College Park, Eastern Shore, UMCs, as well as our system office. However, some courses may be hidden or restricted to specific audiences as needed. Now, external training and certifications can be tracked and viewed in the Career tab in your worker profile. So this might include professional certifications, conferences, or other professional development activities that you complete outside of Workday Learning. Now, the biggest shift in our journey to ignite a culture of learning occurs in this next bullet. So learning paths and your learner transcript create opportunities for dialogue and action with you and your manager. Sharing information and ideas encourage accountability from both parties for employee development. And finally, this centralized location will allow employees and administrators to easily access and manage training. So this is a really big win for us, and I'm sure you'll feel the same after viewing the demo. Incorporating learning as a central feature right next to time tracking and benefits and other Workday offerings makes it easier to build into your day-to-day. So the moment we have all been waiting for, let's take a look at our learner experience. So what you are about to see is how to navigate in Workday to enroll in a class, which includes browsing the learning catalog. And you'll also see an example of how learning paths are a great way for managers or employees to organize content. And then finally, we'll take a look at that learning transcript. So who's ready to hang out with our superstar 9-to-5er, Evan employee? Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Workday Learning demonstration. I have logged in as a typical employee, Evan employee, in the Workday training environment. The purpose of this demonstration is to show you around your Workday Learning home. This is where you'll be able to explore and enroll in courses. So, how do we get there? From the Workday homepage, you can access Workday Learning by selecting the Learning app. First, I'll click View All Apps. Then, I'll click the Learning app. Evan is now viewing his personalized Learning home. On this page, you can view announcements from the Learning team. Scrolling down, you can see the Required for You section. This section displays learning content that is required for you to take, along with the due dates of each. Uh-oh, it looks like Evan has an overdue course. Maybe we should check that out first. I'll click directly on the course. When you click on content, you'll see more information about it. We can learn more about this course, including the description of the course, the duration, number of lessons, skill level, and the delivery mode. We can also see the lesson names and how many lessons have been completed. Digital content may be a document like a job aid or workbook, a link to a website, a video, or even an e-learning module with quiz questions and interactivity. Blended courses may also include an instructor-led classroom or webinar session. If an instructor-led session has been scheduled, Evan will need to select an offering. Let's click Select Offering. On the Select Offering page, we can view the upcoming offerings. This table includes the start and end date, instructor name, and seats available. Good news! We have 2 offerings with a status of open. Evan can select an offering and then click OK. If neither course offering works for Evan's schedule, he could instead express interest. This will alert the course owner, and they may wish to schedule additional offerings if enough learners express interest. Thankfully, Evan sees an offering for this class that works for him. Let's select it and click OK. Once we click OK, we have a final confirmation page to review the course details before clicking Submit. I'll click Submit now. Great! You're now enrolled for that offering. Let's click Done. We're navigated back to the course. A new option is available to us, View Lesson. Let's click View Lesson now. Since this course offering is scheduled, you'll see the start date along with the start and end times of the offering. Instructors may communicate with people who have enrolled for an offering outside of Workday to provide additional information to help learners prepare to take the course. At the time of the offering, Evan can come back here to access the live lesson. Great! Evan just enrolled in a course. Let's return to the home page. And now we can check out My Learning from the Workday Learning navigational menu. On the My Learning page, you have links to view your learning history or drop an enrollment. Scrolling down, we see more courses. And farther down, we have something pretty exciting. Learning paths. Learning paths are like playlists for learning. You can create your own learning paths, save learning paths that were shared with you, and view ones customized just for you by your manager. Let's see if we can add a course to our learning path later in this demo. Let's get to the bottom of the page, where you can personalize your learning preferences by selecting topics that interest you. On the Learning Preferences page, we can see Evan already selected Team Building and Creativity as a topic of interest. He is able to add and remove from the topic list by clicking the drop-down list. We'll add Diversity and Inclusion to the list. And then click OK to save our learning preferences. Evan wants to see what learning content displays based on his newly selected preferences. Evan can do this by accessing the Learning Home navigational menu and clicking Discover. On the Discover page, Evan can browse learning topics, explore the learning catalog, and view content that is either most popular, most recently added, or recommended for you. The last section on the Discover page is the Based on Your Interests section. Since Evan added a topic to his preferences, you can see this section now includes both topics of teamwork and diversity. It looks like Evan has a lot to check out, but he's particularly interested in this class. He can click More Actions to either save this class for later, add to a learning path, create a learning path with this course, or copy the link. Let's add this course to an existing learning path. We'll click the learning path and then click Save. We received a confirmation message that the course was added to the learning path. We can see the learning path by clicking Go to Learning Path. We're now on the learning path, where you can edit the path details and privacy settings, share your path, or start your learning adventure by clicking play. There are only 5 courses in this path so far, and Evan knows there's so much more out there left to discover. Let's click Go to Discover to navigate us to the Discover page. We're back on the Discover page. Evan isn't sure what learning content is available, so let's explore the learning catalog by clicking Browse Learning. On the Browse Learning Catalog page, you can browse and filter content to find what you need. You can filter in several ways, including by topic, content provider, type, and access type. Let's filter so that we're only viewing content that is available on demand. Results update with the chosen filter. We can see results include various content types, like courses, documents, or videos. Evan can search keywords to further narrow his search. Let's search using the word emergency. Our first result is a video. Let's click on it to learn more. With short videos, we can play it directly in Workday.
Becoming familiar with the resources available to you on campus is one of the first steps in emergency preparedness. You can start by visiting the Office of Emergency Management.
Here, let me skip to the end of the video.
And as you prepare for possible emergencies, don't forget to visit prepare.umd.edu for more information.
Once the video concludes, we are automatically shown that the lesson is finished. We can view the lesson again to re-watch the video. Well, one lesson done. Let's finish this demonstration by showing you how to access your learning transcript. You can get it from the My Learning page, but you can also access it from the side panel. But where did it go? Let's expand the navigation menu by clicking the side panel icon. Now that the side panel navigation menu is expanded, we can click My Transcript. On the My Transcript page, you can see your learning history is organized by tables. The tables display courses by completion status, such as Not Started, In Progress, Completed, and other statuses. Tables can contain course details, including the name of and the link to the content type, registration status, date enrolled, attendance status, grade, and score. Completed courses will also include a completion date and time. Evan isn't the only person who can view his transcript. His manager will also be able to view his learning progress. His manager is pleased that Evan is taking charge of his professional development. During Evan's performance review, they discuss more learning opportunities and how Evan might want to continue taking his skills to the next level. Way to go, Evan! We thank you for watching this demonstration, and happy learning!
Yes, way to go, Evan, indeed. And hopefully folks are as excited as I am about how much control learners will have and employees will have to really access learning at their speed, at their time, and create really custom experiences for your development. So now let's look at what the manager sees when they log into Workday to manage their employee learning. So managers will be able to enroll their teams in learning content, set due dates for items to be completed, flag the training as required or not required, as well as review completion information for their direct reports. And managers can also use their team's learning reports to check completion status against compliance training requirements. Also, if an employee begins the enrollment process for a paid class or a course that has a fee to attend, the manager will receive a notification to review the request straight to their inbox. And from there, they will be able to approve and move the request forward or send it back as needed. And so today's demo is going to focus on the first two steps.
For this Workday Learning demonstration, I have logged in as Martha Manager in the Workday training environment. Martha has been having performance review conversations with her staff recently. Based on those meetings, she's ready to log into Workday Learning to guide her team towards training that aligns with their goals. To access Workday Learning, we will click View All Apps and then click the Learning app. Martha is now viewing her personalized learning home. Not only can she use Workday to complete her own learning, but also help guide her team's learning journeys. Martha has a course in mind for her employees and would like to enroll them. Let's do this by browsing the learning catalog. We'll scroll down to Browse Learning and click Browse. From the Browse Learning catalog page, you can use the search bar and filter options to narrow search results for learning content. Let's search Communicating Virtually to see what results display. Searching narrowed the search results down so Martha can find exactly what she needs. Martha selects the course. Course information displays, which we can use to determine if this course meets the needs of Martha's team. Martha would like to enroll her team, and she sees the Enroll My Team option. Yes, Martha is interested in her team doing this course. Let's click Enroll My Team. On the review page, we see the content description and the option to assign the content as required learning. When we indicate that this course should be required, we are prompted to select a due date type. We can either select date or duration. Martha wants to make sure this course is completed in 30 days. Let's select the due date type as duration. Then we'll select duration units as days. And for duration, we'll type 30. Now, Martha can select which workers she would like to assign the content to. The table displays worker information like name and location and includes two tabs. The Workers tab includes the list of employees who are eligible to take the training. The Ineligible tab includes the list of employees who are currently enrolled in the course but have yet to start or complete the training. Martha has a very large team, so we've already sorted and filtered workers by location. You can do this as well to isolate the workers who should be enrolled in the content. We'll use the checkboxes within the table to select team members. If we click the column header checkbox, we select all the workers in the table. If you've already filtered as we did, it'll just select the filtered employees. And of course, you can always deselect the checkbox to clear your selection. You can also click by worker to individually select team members. Let's make sure Evan employee is selected to enroll him in this course. Now that we have the team members selected, let's click Submit. Success! We just enrolled our team. team members will receive a Workday notification that they have been enrolled in a course. Let's click Done. We're taken back to the course. Before Martha continues enrolling her staff in courses, she decides it would be a good idea to see what courses her staff are already taking. She wants to see her team's learning, but how? Good news, Martha, there's a report for that. In the search bar, Martha can search My Team's Learning. On the My Team's Learning page, we can see all learning items by worker, their job profile, the enrolled content, registration date, attendance status, completion status and date, and grade. There's a lot of data to review, but right now Martha only needs to see Evan employees' learning history. She can filter just by Evan by clicking on Worker to filter by Evan. Martha uses the worker name filter to find Evan quickly. She can now see what classes he's enrolled in, completion dates, grades, and so forth. At the top of the list, we can see the course Martha just enrolled Evan in. Great! In this demo, we have reviewed how Martha, as a manager, can enroll her team in learning content as well as view her team's learning history. Thanks for watching.
Great. Thank you, Shelby, for your presentation. And thanks, Lee, for the demos. So hopefully we've piqued your curiosity a little bit about what Workday Learning can do. And if you've seen some of the other functional overviews, you've gotten other information about Workday. But what if you want to learn more about the Elevate program? I would recommend you start with our website. As I mentioned earlier, Karen, who you saw on the slide previously, she maintains our website for us. On the site, we have the Elevate program goals. You can look at the program history and what some of the upcoming steps or phases are from now until go live. We also have a frequently asked questions section, and questions that you guys might have asked today might end up on the FAQ. We also publish a monthly newsletter. It comes out on the last Tuesday. You can subscribe to the newsletter. There's a way to do that from the website, but we also publish it on the website as well if you would like to do it that way. We also maintain a glossary. We know that a lot of these terms are confusing from what we say today versus what Workday will have in the future. And so we have a glossary of the new Workday terms. When applicable, we try to give what the current term is for something, but the glossary is a great resource. If you're hearing us mention something in a functional overview or some meeting you might be attending, the glossary could be a good resource for you. And lastly, we maintain our news and events. So if you want to register for the next functional overview, or if you want to see what has been happening, our news and events tab is extremely helpful. Lastly, we have recorded this. So as an attendee today, or if you have a friend who registered but wasn't able to attend, you will get an email notification from us when the recording is available on the website. And with that, I'll turn it over to Karen.
Hello, everybody. So I have a poll for you all just about this session. So if you could go ahead and respond to our poll, I just launched it. And then we can get into the question and answer session. I'll let the poll run for a little under a minute. And thank you all so much for being here and for responding to our poll. This is we like to take a temperature on our functional overviews and make sure that these are beneficial for you all. So thank you very much. Give it Another 10 seconds. Awesome. Thank you all. And then from here, we are going to jump into our question and answer session. So this whole time while the demos have been running and Gay and Shelby have been so graciously running this presentation, we have like 10 plus people on the back end who are helping answer questions that you all have about Workday Learning. There are some that I grabbed that I'm just going to post to Shelby live right here, but also you'll see in the answer tab of the Q&A, you should see some questions that our team has answered. I can highlight some later. So let's get started. The first question I have for you, Shelby, is, and this has been coming in from a lot of different people throughout this presentation, will Workday Learning include all the mandatory campus trainings like Terrapin Strong and other trainings?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Karen, and thanks to all those submitting questions. It's exciting to see people so excited about learning. So yes, Terrapin Strong, security awareness training, Clery Act training, any of those required campus trainings, especially the ones that are deployed to our entire campus populations, are going to be included as part of the Workday Learning catalog. Now, as we mentioned earlier in the presentation, we are going to be pursuing integrations with Elms Canvas as well as some other content providers. And so some of those courses may actually live in the Canvas Elms environment. However, we know it's really critical to be able to have that completion data included in our Workday Learning records. So that's what our integration will accomplish with that.
Awesome. Next question, will there be costs associated with using Workday Learning?
Oh, great question. So Workday Learning is a no-cost solution for our tenant users. So for our employees, for our learning coordinators who wish to develop and publish content, there is no cost to do that, to use Workday Learning. Now, that said, there are some folks who may choose to collect a fee, a course fee to complete a particular course or program, but all of that can be accomplished within the Workday environment.
Great. I think the next question I have, you answered part of it, but there's another piece to it. So someone was asking if courses have fees to enroll, which you said some courses would. How will that be managed in Workday?
Excellent. So we are still fine-tuning this process, but it's going to look very similar to the process we have today, in which a learner would submit a request. At that time, they would submit their driver work tag, as in today's terms, a KFS account number, as well as an approver, and submit that information when they first enroll in that particular course. It's then going to route to the manager to verify all of that information is accurate, and pending manager approval, then they could proceed and approve the enrollment in that particular course. And similarly, we're collaborating with our finance partners for how they will process that from the finance side of things. But again, it's going to look pretty similar to what we do in our current state. And again, everything will happen within Workday.
Great. So my next question is, will students use Workday Learning as well? And what about student employees?
Great question. And so students, if they are a student employee, so if they are a student worker, they will have access to Workday Learning. But we do want to make sure that we're real clear that Workday Learning is intended for employees. So faculty, staff, and student workers will have access to Workday Learning. However, Elms Canvas will continue to be the primary platform for our undergraduate and graduate students to access their academic content. So we just want to draw that distinction. But if a student also is a student employee, then they also will have access to the Workday Learning catalog.
Great. One thing that I wanted to mention, just because we've gotten some questions about this too, that I will answer is, and I know Gay mentioned this earlier, but we do record these sessions and post them on our YouTube channel and on our website. And then we also do send those recordings out after this meeting. We basically just email them to everyone that attended. But not only that, but we also record the demos like separately. Like we have you, if you wanted to go and revisit the manager's view of your employees learning demo, you could just go and just watch that. I mean, you could literally put it on your TV if you really wanted to. So I know sometimes on Zoom, you don't have as much control to like zoom in as much as you want. So I just wanted to make that clear. Also, yeah, so that was just one thing I wanted to answer. And then my next question for you, Shelby, is someone asked, can a participant, like a course taker, access the supplemental materials after a session? Like, can they go in sometime after the session to get handouts or whatever was distributed during a course?
Yes, and that will of course be dependent on the course owner and the learning coordinator who published the course. But as you saw, they can upload PDFs or PowerPoints, documents, workbooks, etc., links to other things, videos, e-learning modules. All of that can be created as individual lessons wrapped in a single course. As long as that course remains active and open, a learner could go in and revisit any of those materials at any time, even after having completed that course. So as soon as a learner's enrollment has been completed, they can go in and start viewing those lessons, viewing the content, and completing the course requirements.
Awesome. So I'm just taking a little bit of time to look at what our team has answered in the Q&A session as well, to see if they had any tidbits that came in the last 10 minutes. Someone asked if I want to take training that their boss, if I want to take training my boss doesn't designate as required, will I be able to? The answer to that is yes. You'll still have access to the rest of the learning catalog, and you'll have the ability to take any courses or lessons you wish to take. I think the one caveat with that, as you talked about earlier, Shelby, is if there is a cost associated, then I think that, like you said, that goes to approval with your manager, right?
Correct. So if there is a cost associated, it does require manager approval to enroll, again, similar to how we have that today. And also, if a course is restricted to a particular audience, it simply wouldn't be visible to you. So for any courses that may have a very small audience or very specific content, our learning coordinators and course owners will be able to set up those parameters.
I am just looking through some of the other answers. Someone asked if a course grade is based on the score, like a test score. The answer to that is yes, the course grade can be based on the score, but it depends on the setup of the course or the packaged content within the course. And I assume that that is true for a lot of different kind of functionalities within Workday. You have to, there's a lot of personalization of how a course can be run, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes. So for all of my learning professional friends out there who can't wait to get your hands on this system and have a training management system so that you can reach your employees in your workforce, yes. And there's tremendous capacity to customize whatever those completion requirements or scoring requirements might be. And they may be associated with a particular score for a particular self-paced module. You could also have your instructor inputting a grade and marking attendance. And it really is just however you choose to set it up in the system is how it will calculate a completion as well as a grade or a score, pass, fail, etc.
I'm just gonna get to one more question and then we got to wrap up because it's almost 11:45. Someone actually had a pretty good question where they asked, how do I get to the homepage of Workday Learning? It's not clear from the video. So this is a great question. So we are previewing this system for you all. At this moment, you do not have access to Workday. Workday will go live in July of 2023. So we just want to give everyone a sneak peek with these sessions of kind of what you can expect. But we will have training on Workday and on Workday Learning and kind of everything in Workday in the spring of 2023. And you'll receive communications about that. And that's when you really will get a better feel for kind of not only what is possible, but how to log in, you know, how to access things. So that's a great question. And yeah, we appreciate having you at these sessions, and we look forward to seeing you at trainings in the spring as well. And it is 11:44. So with that, I want to wrap up this Q&A and hand it back over to Gay.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Karen, for moderating for us. Shelby, thank you for your presentation. Your enthusiasm is contagious. And your depth of knowledge on this topic is amazing. I'm so glad that you were able to come and present to us today. For the participants or the attendees today, again, I see that we had some questions that maybe we didn't have time to get to today, or perhaps they require a little more investigation on the team's part. But please understand that we will respond to all open questions to you individually. We have your email address and we'll reach back to you as soon as we can provide a thorough answer. Again, Karen said it just a minute ago, but we will be posting the recordings on the website. As an attendee, you'll get an email shortly. We need to remediate the content for accessibility, and it takes us a little bit to get the closed captioning remediated properly. So you'll probably get an email within a week. So in closing, we're at time. I want to thank you on behalf of myself, Karen and Shelby, and the rest of our Elevate team who have been working in the background. We thank you for attending, and we look forward to seeing you at a future session. Thank you.